Hello guys, today we're going to take a look at WWE 2K19 for the PS4. Like I said in the previous episode, or whatever, um, I did record this originally, and what happened was, I made a mistake during the importing process, and the footage was lost, so I'm redoing it here. We're doing typical stuff like, Royal Rumble and Exhibition. So, one thing to keep in mind with with this, the reason why I'm covering this is because I'm going to be covering the 2K, begin my WWE 2K reviews at some point, and with that, I would start with the previous gen, the PS3/360 gen. I wouldn't cover this gen, and if I waited till after I start covering it, I really couldn't cover this because it would kind of cause me to have to review all the PS4 ones, and the series, and it's still ongoing there, so it lead to a lot of headaches. So I just decided just to do it here beforehand before getting to it, so I'll have at least something to work with. Plus, it's technically the best one here out of all of them. So we're gonna. So I have been playing this quite a bit though since that original recording. I'd been experimenting with universe mode, gameplay creations, and all that stuff. At some point I could show them off, but we'll have to see. I'm pretty dedicated to Fire Pro, so I don't know how much you're gonna see this. I would have to see a legit life. I'm gonna be Brock Lesnar, fuck it. So I would have to see quite a demand, because to be honest, I don't know, I'm not going to ban Fire Pro anytime soon, but I do understand with a game like this, it just offers stuff that that game doesn't have. So I understand, like, the desire to look into this. And I will say the gameplay itself isn't terrible by any stretch. I mean, overall, I'm just going to say this, I don't think this is better than Fire Pro Wrestling World. I think that is a better wrestling game overall. I just think that it's kind of hard to ignore the positives this game brings with wrestling gaming and wrestling creation as opposed to Fire Pro. And this is technically considered the best one since 2K14. So it does get some love. I think the biggest issue with the 2K wrestling games in general was kind of like, I mean, this was an attempt to bring them back to more of an arcadey format, because for a while they were very sim driven and they weren't really loved. Oh, Goldust. I will say the announcing does suck, and what really sucks more is that they give you these options for old school stadiums and arenas and whatever, but not for announcing. It's kind of unfortunate. I kind of would like to see more, like, because when I do universal, I do general purpose, and that sucks. For the most part, I don't really get into it that much. The roster in this game was pretty fantastic, and I love being able to download stuff. And I will say this game isn't easy to find or get. I had to buy it online. I had struggled finding it. 2K20 you can get cheap and everything. The problem with 2K20 though is that, because this is the last game Ukes worked on, they left this series after this installment, and I think they're working with AEW for a game. what I like about this game compared to Fire Pro is you got a lot more flexibility with creating stadiums and I will say creating stadiums and all that kind of junk and like videos and belts. Here's one thing though I have an issue with, and it's kind of a double-edged sword. When you do the universe, you can create shows and do all that stuff, but the problem is that you can't really change. Overall, it's WWE. You can't escape it. Like, you can go ECW, WCW, or whatever all you want, but you're never going to escape that WWE branding. And that's something Fire Pro has. I mean, Fire Pro doesn't have the amount of creation options, I will admit that, but it at least gives you the ability to, like, make literally any wrestling thing you want. With this, despite some of the extra stuff you'll get, you're always going to have that WWE in there, and not everyone's going to be a fan of that. And I think that's a big reason why some people may just automatically hate these games, is that I admit they're not the best, but I think a lot of hate comes from the fact that it is WWE, and a lot of people don't care for that brand anymore. The gameplay I figured out for the most part. They're not a lot of reinventing the wheel. You can still tell this is still like Ukes. You can still feel that vibe. But 2K, this is 2K. Don't make a mistake. There's a reason why I'm reviewing the 2K wrestling game separate from the other wrestling games from Ukes. It's because that 2K brand is very strong in this. Another thing, VC, that you use that currency to unlock stuff. It can be a little tough to get some. However, a tip for you guys is if you do universe mode, when you do like promos, do those promos, and you can rack up VC pretty good in them. Actually, a lot more than matches, which is surprising. You think it'd be the reverse, but I found it very easy to get some of that stuff. Because I didn't want to get the accelerator because then it would kind of defeat the purpose of unlocking and everything, and I kind of wanted to unlock stuff. That's kind of my favorite thing with games, is just unlocking and finding extra stuff. That's kind of what drives me to play a game, more or less. I did get some historical guys, so you might, and some downloads, so we might see some of those in here. Oh, yes. Father and son fighting each other in the Royal Rumble. And the thing about playing this game now is that it's been long enough where everything's been as cleaned up as it's gonna get, so it's a pretty polished experience. And you can make the case 2K20 is kind of in a similar fashion, but the thing with 2K20, because Yuke's involved in, they changed the gameplay and everything in it, and when it came out, it was a mess. I mean, at this point, it's better now after a couple years, but the damage has kind of been done. And there's a lot of elements they kind of kept from those previous, like before the 2K got them, but yeah, overall I'm liking this game a lot. I'm playing it quite a bit. It's just it's hard. The thing with Fire Pro is I played so much Fire Pro that I've kind of done as much as I've kind of explored as much as I'm going to explore. I mean, it's the game I'm closest in my PS4 library to getting all the trophies in. So that just kind of shows how much I've done, and that doesn't happen often for me. Yeah, there every once in a blue moon you see a little off thing, but yeah, if I had to say pick between this and Fire Pro Wrestling, I say get Fire Pro. I will also say creating a wrestler in Fire Pro I find to be a little bit easier than doing it in this game. There's mainly because this game puts so much more detail in the stuff. Oh, there's a glitch. I mean, the glitches aren't really game breaking. There's just little oddities that come every once in a while. I mostly notice them actually during a Royal Rumble, which just kind of shows how much energy it takes to run these. I will say though, some of the creation stuff, I've I've played like I went through a good chunk of them, and they all are pretty good for the most part. It's just implementing them in the universe mode and implementing them like a lot of stuff into the actual practice and everything. That can be a little tricky. And the game itself doesn't come with a built-in manual, so you have to look at it online, which is kind of lame. I looked it up, and it's a decent one, but it doesn't go enough in detail with the creation stuff, which I wish they did. I mean, at this point, there's enough people online, you could probably find stuff to help tutorial in it, but... So waiting for my Brock Lesnar guy to come here. I will say the more and more I play wrestling games, the more and more it's weird because when I first played, I'm like, oh, I want these moves, you know, and then after a while, my taste start to evolve, and now we get some Brock Lesnar. Ah, shit. Oh, yes. F5. Ooh, yes. Love that. That's one of my favorite finishers. The one thing about this game over, because even though Fire Pro, they do give you like the match options are actually really good. However, in this game you get all the famous ones like Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank, and all that stuff. And you're not in ladder and table matches. You're not going to get those in Fire Pro. Ah, Samoa Joe. It's weird because Brock Lesnar is a big power guy, but he has so much technical skill too that he's kind of. I feel like a lot of wrestling games just use him as a power guy, but a lot of them forget how technical he can get too. He's actually very balanced. I haven't done my player though, and the reason why I haven't is because you have to create a whole new. Because I already created a guy, you have to create a. Not only do you have to create a whole new guy, which I wouldn't mind, but you can't import them to like outside of my player, which is stupid. I'm surprised they do that because it's like kind of ruins the motivation to do it if you can't use them. Damn it. I got my guy got eliminated. Shit. But you can return in this, which is good. Oh, 18. Might as well not wait. Let's just... Oh, 02 Undertaker? Oh, wow. So, American Badass Undertaker. Ah. Oh, nice. That's a match that I wish would have happened. Samoa Joe and Undertaker, that would have been awesome. Big Show. I like how loud the slam is. Oh man, it got blocked, really? Damn it, man, that's tough. Thought I would, can't believe I got myself eliminated again. It's just 22. I don't think, Rowan, oh my god. I kind of just want to let myself get eliminated, to be honest. I kind of want someone new. I wish I got Velveteen Dream. At least I know him. Adam Cole? Okay. I think I eliminated more guys in my first run than in this one when I first did in my original video. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. The demon version of Finn Balor. The better version. Damn it. Nice. Slater. So, I gotta show some other stuff in this game too after this. Tucker Knight. Damn it. Damn it. Oh well. Just take 30. Kalisto. Alright. No, that's 29. I think I took 30. No, I took 30, yeah. Oh well. Elias, okay. I know him. Ah, my controller, shoot. Sorry. Okay, while we're paused here, might as well look at the controls quickly. So this is the controls here. They're pretty standard stuff. A lot of stuff I saw in the front. That a lot of stuff that I haven't really tried yet. Yeah, there's a lot more in it. Like I said, I feel like Fire Pro just, I don't know, there's just something about Fire Pro, the way it controls and everything, just clicks for me. Dragon Screw, shoot. Damn it! Ooh. Oh, that's a move. Another thing, really, you can't do in this, because I noticed that you couldn't create a moves in this, which is kind of weird that you can't do that, because you can't create a finish or anything. You could have done that in the older games. It was rudimentary, and it wasn't Shakespeare, but you could do it. But yeah, in terms of creation, this one's more focused on like the arenas and shows and stuff. But in Fire Pro, it's more on the wrestling stuff. Is kind of more of the focus. Ooh, almost had him there. So it's kind of almost apples and oranges to a degree. I have to say, for so far the AI for the most part isn't god awful. I wouldn't call it as good as Fire Pro, but I think it gets everything down reasonably well. I think. I love the reversals that happen. The reversals look so smooth in this. I do like that a lot. It does have smooth moments, but every once in a while there is a hiccup. Alright, somebody's gonna get eliminated. There we go. So he's still in dream. There we go. Velveteen Dream wins. Got 115 from that. Alright, now we're gonna do a little just classic exhibition. Let's see. I don't know who I want to be here. These are downloads and created wrestlers I have so far. These are guys from. Let's be. I'm gonna be someone that's actually in the game naturally. Stone Cold was unlocked. You know, I'll be Stone Cold. Why not? I kind of like the idea of being Stone Cold. Let's go against. Stunner versus Stunner. There we go. It's weird that you can't really change the arena thing. I thought that was kind of strange. Actually, I should switch batteries here, so I will pause this here and I'll switch batteries when I get a chance. Oh shoot. Alright, here we go here. I'm gonna switch batteries here, be right back here. There we go. You can also go to Superstar Info and it can show you all the stuff. I'll lose these press. And then you can go pop a powerbomb, package power driver. Oh wow, this must have been before he did the stunner as his finisher. That's interesting. Yeah, this was before he got the stunner. That is weird. So for the submission system, that's not the default submission system in this game. It's actually it's actually it's actually like you use the stick and you move a bar around to try to cover the other guy's bar as he moves it in a circle. And ah, shit. That's something different. You know, and that's the thing. This in terms of creation in this game itself, the game does give you a lot to work with in terms of like WCW, ECW, and of course WWE. But it's still at the end of the day like feels like a power bomb. Nice. Ah, yes, the breakout moment. goes for another one. There we go, earn some more. Yeah, that's not really all I have here. Let's look through some of the stuff here. So, 2K, you got the showcase, which is a story mode as you play as Daniel Bryan through his thing. 2K Towers, it's like a group of like gauntlet stuff you can do against like other people to get like points and stuff. You got exhibition, you got all these different options. You got tournament, Royal Rumble, handicap, you can do all that. You can also create matches. You got all that right there for 8-man, 6-man. You got all these things. 5-man, you got just that. Fatal 4-way, triple threat, 2-on-2, and then of course the 1-on-1 right here. My player I just mentioned, Universe, I've been doing quite a bit. It's very fun. Just a free creative experience for the most part. In terms of limitations, I think overall, I think this game it's different for this than Fire Pro. Like, Fire Pro's limitations are more in terms of, like, match types and, like, presentation of doing stuff like video and all that stuff. But this game does lack stuff like renaming moves, create a move, create a part, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of creation. You got superstar moveset, entrance. You can't rename moves, which I find kind of sad, just because I would like for my finisher to be called like it's a different name than just stunner or whippersnapper or whatever. Create a belt, create a show, create an arena, create a video, create a specific victory, create a money in the bank place, and of course you can do custom matches. You can download creative stuff like Fire Pro Online, image management. You can do online stuff, of course. Edit superstars, edit teams, statistics, title management, money in blank management. You got options. You got look at gameplay, simulation for weight detection, but you can do arcade there. Versatile limit, you can turn that off. Injury, everything else is on. I put blood on. I want my blood in this game for sure. You can delete utilities. Okay. Locker code, I don't know what that does. You can do tutorials. Look at match stuff. Change game balancing, targeting, jukebox, audio volume, gameplay mail, credits. And you can go, I didn't catch this, but you can go to the store. I can't believe I haven't caught that yet. You can go here, and this is where you purchase. I already got all the arenas. Raw is War, SmackDown, SummerSlam 88, Halloween Havoc, WC Nitro, WrestleMania. You can get all these belts here throughout all the stuff, and you go to Superstars. I got some, but some are pretty expensive. Vader was very expensive. Undertaker 91. And then you got all these guys. Mostly get 5,000. There's a few 2,000 ones, but it's either 2,000, 3,000, or 5,000. So yeah. But yeah, you could do, if you, overall the game makes it easier to like replicate like stuff like old school like WWE and a little bit with WCW and a tiny bit with ECW. But if you were going complete originality, I think Fire Pro lets you do more. It doesn't give you as many options to do like videos and promos and storylines like this one does, but at the end of the day, it is about the wrestling part, and Fire Pro I think overall is better. However, I won't shy away from doing this game at all in the future if there's a desire for it. Because until 2K releases a better wrestling game than 2K19, I think most people are going to say that this is the better game of their series outside of 2K14. But this one I can stream. which I might do in the future. It just depends. But yeah, guys, overall, it's okay. I think between the two, I think you're better off getting Fire Pro with the DLC, because this is still selling for like $60. This is not a cheap game right now. Hell, 20's been sold for a lot cheaper than this. This probably won't get cheaper until 2K22 comes out, which is soon. But but I don't know if how better that one will be in terms of gameplay and whatnot. But yeah, overall, I do enjoy this game. I do like it a lot. I just feel like there needs to be a little bit more options in the right places. It's the same with Fire Pro, it's just those places are different in this one compared to Fire Pro. I think it's definitely worth taking a look at. If you like WWE or old school of that stuff, then go full on. But if you want someone with more creation abilities, I don't know if this is necessarily the game compared to Fire Pro. In terms of gameplay and computer AI and all that stuff, Fire Pro is better, bar none. Match variety, I mean, you got the gimmick match, you got a lot more gimmick matches, but overall stuff, it's hard to say. It's apples and oranges. But yeah, I'll still be playing this. Fire Pro I've played to death, and I'll still play it more in the future, but right now I'm gonna really explore this game a bit more here. But yeah, overall it's fine. I do think it's worth a check out, but just keep in mind that this game is not cheap, and it's not perfect either, but it's definitely more good than bad, in my opinion, definitely for sure. But like I said, it depends on what you're looking for, and to be honest, I think Fire Pro is a little bit better overall. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. In case you wanted to chat with me, Mike, or anyone else at the Campy Company, you don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. First one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that in About page / About section of our channel. We also have a discussion tab on our channel as well, and you can access that through a PC or laptop computer. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.